Okay, we're going to talk about Meyerhold. This fits in with our genre of physical theatre. Now we're going to go back to the 20th century, and realism was dominating the theatres around this time. Everyone wanted to perform and watch realistic theatre. Meyerhold started out that way. He started his career, focusing on that style, the realistic sort of style of theatre. But then slowly he evolved and began to see more and use more of the symbolic kind of styles and the more surrealist kind of styles in his performances. He directed in that sort of style, and throughout his career, 37-year career, he did 290 productions, or he directed them, and throughout that time he created a style that he liked to use to work with his actors, and that was called biomechanics. I should say that Meyerhold was born in Russia in 1874. Now Meyerhold fits nicely into this physical theatre sort of idea because he believed strongly that movement was much more superior, much better than speech, so better than the dialogue that they used in plays. It was able to help the audience to see the message and the actors to get across that message a lot better than just using the dialogue. Now, Meyerhold was strongly influenced by a couple of things, one of them being the commedia dell'arte, so with the masks and the, the stylized sort of movements, and also the Asian style of theatre. Now, if you think about his world that he was in at that time, in the 20th century, there was that growing industry, things becoming more industrialized, and his stages, and you can see behind the picture behind my head here, there is a little snippet of a stage, and his stages were often that mechanical kind of looking, machine-like kind of looking stage, and this was also reflected in the movements that he did, and he got his actors to do. His actors were progressively more robotic-like. Their movements were robotic-like and mechanical-like, machine-like. And he often created surreal kind of frozen moments, those tableaus. Meyerhold believed that realism didn't allow the actor to really get their message across as best as possible. He believed that it limited the actor, and in limiting the actor, he therefore limited the audience, limited their ability to use their imagination. Actors were trained to be really, really aware of their movement, and they did a lot of their workshopping with their movement off stage, and then they would bring this movement that they had rehearsed back onto the stage. When Meyerhold did workshops with his actors, he went through a few different sort of steps. So he went through making really correct gesture and poses for his characters. And then once they'd done that, they went through a workshop of exaggerating it, making it really, really over the top. And then they would bring it right back down again and scale it down. And then they'd actually start to develop the rhythm of the characters and the rhythm of the movement. He also was a strong believer in the actors, being a part of the ensemble. He really believed that they were a team and they depended on each other. I mean, that's no different to, what I believe, I guess. We are a team and we need to create these things together and we can't let each other down. He was a big, strong believer of that. The other thing to know, I guess, is that Meyerhold liked to use masks. He liked to use hats and wigs and makeup, glasses, scarves, all that sort of stuff. He liked to create the character, but do it through the movement. Now, I'm going to show you, as you can see in the background, this man in some nice little black pants, and he is going to show us shooting the bow. So this is one of the stylized movements that they would often have workshopped through, and as you can see, each little step is broken down and exaggerated. And like I said before, they exaggerated the movements and then they would take it back to where it was until they got their rhythm and stuff. So if you have a look at this shooting the bow with this man, it'll give you a bit of an idea of the workshops that Meyerhold actually did with his actors. So
the actor falls to the floor. He draws his legs and arms together. Rising on his right foot, he slowly draws up an imaginary bow. The actor advances with his left shoulder forward and his right foot back. Spotting an imaginary target, he transfers his weight from his right foot to his left and back to the right foot. Describing an arc with its center at his right shoulder, the actor's balance is shifted from the right leg to the left and back again to the right. He draws an imaginary arrow from his belt or imaginary quiver. Very quickly, he bends his upper torso towards the floor. Now slowly, the actor straightens up, holding his extended arms in a rigid position. The left arm is drawn out toward the front, the right arm is thrown back at a slightly lower level. He slowly loads the imaginary bow and draws it back. The actor aims, he fires with a shout. His body immediately contorts like a sprung bow into positions of refusal. Return to position. Now John will show it in a regular speed, and I'll give you a clap to start.